to In the Moment.
That is a good podcast.
Yes.
Intro.
We're a good podcast. What can we say? I don't want to toot my own horn, but toot toot.
Welcome to In the Moment.
We're the most relatable podcast on the internet. That's been confirmed. We're verified.
Verified fact, most
Yes.
relatable. Not to mention the fact that we were the ones who verified that, but
Yeah, well, what can you say? I mean,
we could say that we verified it.
you just did.
Oh, there we go. So I already said what we could say.
So
All right,
this week we have our famous movie review.
Because we couldn't do it last week.
Yeah, we ran out of time. It was
run out of
such a
time.
good podcast. We decided to run out of time.
Yep.
Yeah, we decided that.
We did.
So
we're going to do a movie review.
But first, we have a new segment, a new game we would like to play.
Well, which one do you want to do first?
I'd like to play the game first.
You'd like to play the game and then do the movie? We can end on that.
Yes.
All right, so we're also going to trim the podcast down.
Yeah, we're gonna keep it short.
Yeah, we're going to keep it short. So like 30 minutes, I think, is
30
the
minutes
target
is good,
time.
yeah.
So, I don't know. How are we going to keep track of that? It's,
Yeah.
Yep, at 3:30. Well, we'll trim it down.
Okay.
So, good deal. So, we're going to start off with this game. Well, let's just jump right into it. So, our sound tech has put together a game for us here. It was our idea, but our sound tech carried it out.
Yes.
So, we have one real news story.
And one fake news story.
One fake news
And we're calling
story.
this game Fake News.
We have to try and guess which one is fake news. Now, this is a popular theme. People do this kind of thing. But we just thought it'd be fun to hop in, give it a try, you guys can hear
Jump
us.
on the bandwagon.
Yeah, because it works.
Yeah.
It's fun. So we're just going to jump right into it. What you got for us?
All right, the first one is, how did an eel get stuck up a seal's nose?
How did an eel get stuck up a seal's nose?
Basically, seal was at a zoo. Somehow, there was an eel in the feeding bucket, and it got stuck up the eel's nose.
Wow. Somehow there was an eel
Okay.
in the feeding bucket.
Okay.
Wow.
And the second one,
Okay. I think I know what my vote is.
I don't know yet, so I want to hear the second one, and then we'll discuss, and then we'll see.
Okay, but I think
We'll come to a unanimous decision.
We'll see. Well, we don't have to agree.
That's true.
I
Okay.
can disagree with you.
Yeah, I can totally disagree with you. Anyway, all right,
Because
continue.
you're wrong.
okay, the second one, there were some teenagers, and they were going to go vandalize this warehouse. But they hear noises inside, so they go look, and they find a pile of, like a litter of pigs in the corner with some cloth.
Pigs in the corner of a warehouse underneath some cloth. My vote is less sure now.
Yeah, me too. I for sure thought the seal in the nose
It was a made-up one, but this seems pretty made up to me. Ooh, I don't know.
I'm gonna say the second one was fake news.
The second one was fake news. I don't
Yes.
know. I feel like the second one has potential.
I feel like the second one was fake news. That's gonna go my vote. Final answer.
Your vote, final answer?
Yes.
Second one was fake
Second
news.
one was fake news. What are you gonna say?
I feel like no matter which one's which, we're going to have an interesting backstory.
That's also a fact.
I feel like the second one... I feel like the first one's fake news. I feel like the second one actually happened. Teenagers find weird stuff in abandoned buildings, man.
Yeah, but pigs.
Yeah.
Wrapped in cloth.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, it wasn't like individual pigs wrapped in, like each
Pigs.
one was wrapped in its own
Come on,
cloth.
pigs in a blanket. That's too original. Yeah. Come on.
True. I hadn't
Come on.
thought about it like that.
Come on.
Pigs in a blanket.
Can you?
I know. All right,
What's your final
I'm
answer?
sticking with the first one. Was
Okay,
made up.
so we disagree.
We do disagree. I
tell
think
us-
the eel and the nose won. What was the animal?
Tell us
An
who
eel
won.
went up a what's
Oh, a
nose?
seal.
A seal. Eels can't fit up a seal's nose. I'm switching my
If it's a
that
small,
one's the fake
if it's
one.
a small eel,
No.
So we're-
I'm sticking with my answer.
so we both.
A seal's nose is way too small for
Okay,
an
so we
eel to get
disagree.
in there.
All right, let us know which one won.
Okay, the seal and the eel was real.
Yes!
Whoa! Wait, what?
I
The
knew
one was
that.
fake.
Wow.
That second one just sounded like a made up story from Mary Barber.
Yeah.
That sounded like
Who's Mary Barber?
Our sound tech.
Oh.
We've never called her real name.
We have not.
That's the first time she's ever spoke either, too. So like,
She almost aired.
Yeah,
episode
that one
3.
time you got a call.
Yeah. I'm sorry, I had to take it. It was very important that I didn't take that call, and I wish I hadn't. But that's okay.
Whoa. That call was a guest that came on that same episode.
I know, but I wish I hadn't taken the call because it was unprofessional. You know?
That's
I wish
the
I
point
could
of
have just like texted
That's
them.
the point of us being relatable, though.
You're right. Someone just like destroyed the table and then whispered about it.
Normally we would cut that out, but
We're not going to.
for purposes
Of being relatable.
Of being relatable.
Okay, so what movie you got for us?
All right.
What movie you got? It's we were gonna do our movie review last week, but we ran out of time.
Yeah. So this movie, it's a fantastic movie.
Okay, what you get? Give me some back and forth. Let's get this some back and forth. What? Give me some hints.
You want
I'll try
some
and
hints?
guess it.
Okay. It's an animated movie.
It's an animated movie.
It's new.
Is it Teen Titans Go?
No.
No.
No. It just
Yeah, that's
came
an
out.
animated movie.
It's an animated movie based off of a comic book.
Oh, duh. Spider-Man.
Yeah, Spider-Man
Yeah.
in the Spider-Verse.
Spider-Man into Spider. Oh man,
Dude, have you seen it?
Fantastic.
Bro, literally
So good. So good.
I watched it.
High recommend.
I watched it from start to finish, and I enjoyed every minute of it. There was not a second that I was like, oh, I really wish that movie could have gone without that part.
Yeah, sometimes I feel like in some movies, you can go in and you can listen to it. Not listen, sorry. I'm in podcasting mode. You can go in and you can watch it, and you can really like feel how long the movie is. And then some movies you go in and you watch it and you're like, wait, it's over already?
Yeah.
And this was definitely one that I was like, whoa, it ended? Like,
Yeah,
it was just so good. I wanted more.
I felt like I wanted more. That's
Yeah.
exactly what I wanted.
I wanted more.
So Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse is a 2018 American computer-animated superhero film based on the Marvel Comics character Miles Morales / Superman. It was produced by Columbia Pictures and Sony Pictures Animation. It also has an association with Marvel and distributed. I'm reading this.
From where are you reading this? Fact check.
Wikipedia.
Oh, that's not a good. Didn't your professors ever tell you that's not an acceptable source?
No, I went to public school,
Oh, never mind then.
so they let us do that stuff.
Ah,
Anyway, yeah,
it was a great movie. I don't know another word.
It's set in a multiverse called the Spider-Verse. It has an alternate universe. It stars Jake Johnson, Haley Steinfeld, John Mulaney,
Yeah,
Nicolas Cage.
Nick Cage, my boy.
It has a fantastic soundtrack.
Yeah.
It has a lot of cameos in it. Did you know that like a bunch
did
of people?
not.
You know, Post Malone had a cameo in it.
Really?
Yeah, the part where
It's hard
where
to
it
have a
was-
cameo in an animated movie.
The part, yeah, that's true. The part where they're at the bank, you know what I'm talking about, where it's like the
Yeah.
bank,
Yeah.
and the guy says something about the bank, where so like the multiverse comes in, you know how it starts like glitter,
Yeah.
Little-
Yeah.
it's like get pixelated, and he
Yeah,
says
yeah.
something about the bank. That's Post Malone.
Really?
Yeah, Post Malone had a cameo in it.
Wow. That's exciting.
So synopsis, yeah.
Well, first off, I mean, I just like to say, I think. Well, I'll save my one remark to the end.
Yeah.
But it was so good.
It was
I
fantastic.
feel like it was the way superhero movies were made to be made.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
because my problem with say Avengers, for example, is it's really cool, but it's so realistic because it's real actors that you're kind of like, but I mean, none of this could ever happen,
Yeah.
you know? So you watch it and you're like, this is so real, it's cool, but then you're also like, but it's so unreal, you can't take it seriously, you know?
Yes.
Because it's like, here's this actual dude being filmed jumping 15 stories from a building and running away. You know, like, that doesn't happen.
Yeah.
Whereas, because it was animated, it was comic book style animation that was just perfect. It blended real enough that you forgot it was, like, animated, but it was also animated.
Animated. It was animated. It was real animated.
It was animated enough to really appreciate...
The animation is great.
Yeah, to really appreciate, like, the superheroes, you know?
Yeah.
And the animation style, I loved it.
Yeah.
I could watch
it was,
movies like
it
that
was almost
all
like a
day.
comic book. Like, it was...
Yeah, that's
because
why-
it's based
yeah.
on a comic book. It was comic book-like. Like, it had...
Yeah.
It had the different proportions, components, whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
Of a comic book.
Yep.
It, like,
It
even
was-
from where it, like... How the setting was, how the setting was drawn out and animated,
Yeah, yeah.
to like how they segued into different into a different story.
It drew its inspiration directly from
comic books.
and it
So-
was great.
Spoilers are ahead. I'm gonna tell you the plot. Obviously, spoilers are ahead. So
Yeah, spoilers, warning, spoiler warning.
if you haven't seen it, please go see it. It's fantastic.
Yes, stop this podcast
Yeah,
right
yeah,
here.
yeah.
Watch it somehow, and then come back and listen to what we have to say, or stick around if you haven't seen it. Stick around, have it ruined, but still go watch it because it really
even
doesn't
if you
ruin anything.
Yeah, it doesn't ruin anything. There's
It's
not really
still original enough.
Yeah.
That it's worth seeing.
So here's the plot. Miles Morales is a teenager who admires Spider-Man and struggles living up to the expectations of his parents. His father's a police officer, and his father sees Spider-Man as a menace, as most police officers do. They see these
The
vigilantes
superhero.
as
Yeah.
menaces.
Because they don't have any accountability to authority.
After school, Miles has an uncle. He has an uncle, and he secretly visits him. His father and his uncle don't get along, and his uncle brings Miles to a disused subway station where he paints graffiti.
Mm-hmm.
And while he's there, he gets bitten by a radioactive spider, just like the original Spider-Man.
Yeah, but I thought it was really neat because when he gets bit by the spider, you think something crazy is going to happen.
Yeah, and he just kind of flicks it off.
And he just flicks it
It's
off.
so funny.
And nothing happens.
Yeah.
Like, it shows a sequence of, his blood multiplying and
Yeah.
him, like, changing, and then it jumps back out, and he just flicks it off and walks away.
Yeah, he goes away.
He's fine, and I think that was great.
One fun fact, Aaron Davis, his uncle, do you remember in Spider-Man Homecoming, the guy that was buying... The guy that Spider-Man trapped onto the car, where he...
Donald Glover.
Yeah, Donald Glover.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Aaron Davis.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So he's been in 2 Spider-Man movies.
Yeah, yes. Wait, what?
Well, Donald Glover.
Donald Glover.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's
What
been
about
in 2
him?
Spider-Man movies.
Which ones? Which two?
Well, Homecoming and Into the Spider-Verse.
He was in Into the Spider-Verse?
You said he just was.
No, I'm talking about Aaron Davis,
Oh.
his uncle.
My bad.
It's the same character that Donald Glover played.
Oh.
So the character,
Okay.
the character that Donald Glover played in Spider-Man: Homecoming, is the same character as Aaron Davis, who is Miles
Okay.
Morales' uncle.
I thought
The Grappler.
I was okay. I was
The
mistaken.
Grappler. That's why he was talking about how he had an uncle. I mean, how he had a nephew that he.
So is it possible that
Admired.
Miles Morales will join the?
That's what
The
they were trying to
MCU.
set up. Yes, that's probably what they were trying to set up. Also, another fun fact: Miles Morales was created back when they were looking for a new Spider-Man. Back when what's his name? Second Spider-Man, the one that was like, eh.
I just told it.
Yeah,
Andrew Garfield.
Andrew Garfield. Back when Andrew Garfield got fired, and they were trying to incorporate Spider-Man into the Marvel MCU.
Yeah.
They were looking at Donald Glover for Spider-Man.
Wow. Okay.
But people were like, no, he's black, and Spider-Man's not black. So instead of doing that, people got like furious for it. So Marvel decided to create a black Spider-Man,
Miles Morales.
Miles Morales, and so Miles Morales is actually he is supposed to be for Donald Glover. Like, he's inspired by Donald Glover.
Really?
Yes.
I didn't know that.
Yep.
So who voiced Miles Morales in the
his name
Spider-Verse?
is 1 second. His name is Shameik Moore.
Shameik Moore.
Yes.
Okay. He did a really good job. I
Yes,
thought.
yeah, he did.
I think they did a good job. So
anyway, he gets bit by a radioactive spider in this subway station. Excuse me, I hiccuped. Subway station. And while searching for the spider that bit him, he starts to develop these spider abilities. He starts to develop these spidey senses. He's sticking to walls, kind of like it's kind of like the original origin story of Spider-Man, except it's more realistic.
Yeah.
So like, whereas,
funny scene where he means to pat someone on the shoulder, sort of.
Yeah.
And he reaches out, and then his hand gets caught
the girl
in her hair.
Gwen Stacy.
His hand gets caught in her hair, and he
yeah.
can't get it out because it's sticky.
Yeah.
And so
he's discovering
she has to get her hair
he's
cut
discovering
off.
he has these abilities, and it's so great because the original Spider-Man with Tobey Maguire, the original origin story with Tobey Maguire, and the one with Andrew Garfield, they both just kind of like, he got bit and then he was automatically like he tried a few times to do his abilities, and he was kind of bad at it, and then all of a sudden, flash forward, he has a suit and he's Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Whereas this one, he struggles with being Spider-Man like for a while. Like, he doesn't even get his suit to the end.
Yes. Which I appreciated.
Yes, I did too. So anyway, he develops these spider abilities, and he goes back and he looks for the spider, and he goes to the station where he was, and he finds a particle accelerator built by Wilson Fisk, who is the Kingpin.
Yeah.
He's Kingpin, and he wishes to access a parallel universe and finds alternative versions of his wife and son because they died in a car crash because of Spider-Man.
Right. Well, you learn that it's not actually.
It's not actually Spider-Man's fault, but
they find him fighting Spider-Man, and they're like, "What are you doing? You're fighting Spider-Man," and so they try and drive away.
But he blames Spider-Man.
And he blames Spider-Man. As most villains do, they misconstrue things.
So anyway, they died in a car crash. Spider-Man arrives to disable the accelerator and fights his guys, Green Goblin and the Prowler, who we later find out is Miles Morales' uncle.
Yes.
Spider-Man discovers that Miles has similar abilities, but is gravely wounded by an explosion during battle, which kills Green Goblin. Rest in peace. Spider-Man gives Miles a USB drive to disable the accelerator and warns that the machine could destroy the city if turned on again.
So we need to stop here, I think.
Yeah.
Because major spoilers are ahead.
Major spoilers.
I don't want to say, even if you have, because you might not have seen it. And, so we're not even going to say that, but I would say recommend it highly.
Yes.
Highly. So
amazing
he gives
cast.
him the flash drive, and then it's kind of about his mission.
Yes.
To
and he takes it upon himself. Yeah. Things go wrong, and it spits out different versions of Spider-Man.
And he meets up with them.
Yes. And they all form a team. It's a fantastic cast. John Mulaney, Jake Johnson, Nicolas Cage.
Yeah.
It's just an amazing cast, amazing movie. I love how they show the character. They actually show the character development in an origin story. That's what an origin story is you want to see their character development and not just they've automatically got a suit and they're automatically Spider-Man. Like, you see him struggling to be Spider-Man. You see the actual Spider-Man struggling to train him to be Spider-Man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And so that we're not gonna talk about the plot anymore.
I think because it's I would use the word cliche to describe it. It's kind of a cliche, upstart comes, makes his powers. I would use the word. I would use the
Yes.
word cliche to describe it.
Yeah,
But
it is a
but
cliche.
I'm not going to,
not?
because I don't like using the word cliche. Well, cliche to me seems like it's meant for things that are similar. You know? And this, in a way, the storyline is similar. But the animation style is different. And it's not cliche because it's better than every single other movie I've seen that has that same kind of storyline.
Yeah, I agree.
And so it's just better. So I would describe it as cliche, but it's not. Because it's better.
It is better.
It almost sets the
gosh.
precedent for others to be cliche like it.
I can't stress it enough. It is fantastic. If you haven't seen it, go see it, please. It's everything an animated film should be.
It is. It really is.
And this is
It's
an
the
instance.
consummation of animation.
This is an instance where I don't want to call it a movie at this point. I want to call it a film, because
Yeah.
that's what it is. It's a work of art. You have movies and then you have films.
I would agree with that.
Movies are just movies, and they're great. It's like, oh, that's a great movie. But
Mm-hmm.
a film, I feel like a film is different. You can classify it as a work of art.
Yep, I would agree.
And I would definitely call this a film over a movie.
Mm-hmm. There is one sequence at the beginning that I think is... They give out a seizure warning if flashing lights and
Yeah.
violent. There's one scene like that, so be warned that there is that, but it's very short, only at the very beginning. And,
It's the whole thing
get
is
over it
amazing.
quickly.
It's the part where they're finding the particle accelerator. Is that it?
It's the part where they, it's just like the very beginning credits, actually.
Okay.
Where they
yeah,
switch from like real to the animation style.
Okay. It's so fantastic, and it also pokes fun. Another thing is it pokes fun at the original, like, Tobey Maguire Spider-Man.
It does.
It like
It
shows
does.
animated scenes of the scenes that were in those movies, and
Yeah.
it, you know, like the part where he's dancing down the streets and he's
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
pointing at people. It shows that animated, and then he's like, "Oh, we're not going to talk about that." It just pokes fun. It kind of breaks the third wall almost.
Yeah, it
kind of like a
does.
Deadpool type thing.
Yeah, a little bit.
And
a
John
little bit.
Mulaney has some funny jokes. He breaks the third wall.
Mhm.
John Mulaney plays Spider-Ham.
Pig, or,
Yeah, he's it's Spider-Ham, and he's a pig.
It's,
it's just, gosh, go check it out if you haven't seen it.
Yep.
And I think that's our movie review.
That is our movie review for February.
We have one more thing. We haven't
Oh, do
forgotten.
we?
We haven't forgotten Song of the Week.
Oh, I had.
Yeah,
I had forgotten.
I
Song
have
of the
not
Week.
forgotten Song of the Week.
Well, this is awkward because it's my week to do Song
is
of the
your
week,
week.
and I forgot.
It happens to the best of us, bro.
I'm not the best of us.
But do you have a song that you want?
I do have a song.
Okay, tell us
I've
a little bit
been
about your song.
Waiting to share this song with you. Okay, so this song is by Icelandic band of Monsters and Men. You
Oh.
might have heard of them.
I have.
Um,
I've listened to them quite a few times.
and the thing I think is really interesting about of Monsters and Men is this is their second language
Yes, it is.
because they sing in English.
What is Icelandic like?
It's
Can you
like a
explain?
seizure. It's like listening to someone have a seizure
awful.
while trying to speak English.
That's so
Um,
bad.
Yes, and if you've seen the words spelled out, it looks like dyslexia.
We're not poking fun at
No,
dyslexia or
it
people that have
literally
seizures.
just
It's just like that.
looks like that.
That's strange.
It really is. It's one of the weirdest languages I've encountered. I know of. But this song is from their album "My Head Is an Animal."
Yeah.
Now I'm not really sure what that's supposed to mean. They tend to take a lot of references that are very fairy tale like, very
Yeah.
children's fairy tale like.
Absolutely.
But yet they make them good, and you appreciate them.
Even their title of their name is of
Yeah.
Monsters and Men.
Yeah.
A ripoff of Mice and Men, I'm
Yeah.
assuming.
So I don't know. I'm not sure if that's what it is, but it's a really good album, really good people, and the song is from Finner, which is a place
Why is
in
it called
Iceland.
From Finner? Is it
Which is a
'cause
place
they're
in
from
Iceland.
Finner?
Maybe. I think so.
Okay.
So we're gonna play 6 seconds of this song.
Let's do it.
We came here on his back, and we
All right, that's all we can show you because of copyright.
Yep.
Thanks, copyright.
That's all we can show.
Thanks, YouTube.
But it's real good. It's real good. And yeah, I would highly suggest going and checking it out. The album cover is a guy walking like from the ocean, and there's a cottage being smashed to pieces.
Oh, that's
in the
interesting.
waves.
I do see that. Yeah,
So
that's interesting.
that's your. If you see that picture, you've got the right place. But From Finner, Monsters and Men, My Head is an Animal album. Go check it out. It's their second language they're singing in.
That
Remember
is
that?
so that's got to be hard.
That has got to be hard indeed.
I can't even speak English hardly.
I can't lyric well. Yes. But yeah, so Song of the Week, Monsters and Men from Finner.
Song of the week, check.
Check.
We've got
And
movie review, check.
Movie review, check.
Uh,
Spider-Man and the Spider-Verse.
yeah, go check both
So
of those
good.
out.
So good. Definitely go check them out.
Absolutely.
Definitely.
We have kept a vow to keep it
Shorter.
short. So
that's all we
I
have
think
for
this is
today.
all we're gonna end it here.
Thanks for joining us in this moment.
We hope you join us next week.
In that moment.
Take
Bye.
it easy.